You have to see this because it shows you how revisionist history comes about. I want you guys to check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Hearings on Capitol Hill sometimes include, let's just say, odd moments. But yesterday, we saw something just straight up bizarre during a hearing of the Senate's Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, when one Republican senator decided to go after a children's book.
The book here in front of me called Our Skin that has been endorsed by NACI. And I'm going to read exactly what this book says. You guys might find it interesting. A long time ago, way before you were born, a group of white people made up an idea called race. They sorted people by skin color and said that white people were better, smarter, prettier, and they deserved more than everybody else. This would be taught if we socialize our pre-K system. This would be taught.
Do you disagree with that findings in the book?
1,000%. How about we teach Jesus loves me? How about this? In teaching Jesus loves the little children, the lyrics go, red and yellow, black and white, they're all precious in our sight. Someone point at me that this being a truth, that white people developed race, that white people developed that all of a sudden that was our word that we developed.
This shouty gentleman demanding to know whether it's better to teach Jesus loves me or a Christian children's song, or Our Skin, a first conversation about race, which is a children's book about race, is Markwayne Mullins, a former cage fighter turned Republican senator from Oklahoma, who I should note claims Cherokee heritage and pointed that out in the hearing. It was kind of a dumb question, though, right? I mean, you wouldn't teach a Jesus song in a public elementary school because, well, it's not Sunday school. It's not church. It's a school. And there are likely kids in that school who aren't Christian, don't know who Jesus is, and don't care. And their parents, who might be Buddhist or Jewish or Muslim or atheist, etc., have a right to not have their kids' teachers preach the Jesus to them. But the other reason why what the senator said is dumb is that the scary book that he waved around is correct on the facts. Allow me to quote the historians from the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture right here in the nation's capital. Quote, before the mid-1600s, there is no evidence that the English referred to themselves as being white people. This concept did not occur until 1613, when the English society first encountered and contrasted themselves against the East Indians through their colonial pursuits. Even then, there was not a large body of people who considered themselves white, as we know the term today. From about the 1550s to 1600, white was exclusively used to describe elite English women because the whiteness of their skin signaled that they were persons of a high social class who did not go outside to labor. However, the term white did not refer to elite English men because the idea that men did not leave their homes to work could signal that they were lazy, sick, or unproductive. European colonists' use of the word white to refer to people who looked like themselves grew to become entangled with the word race and slave in the American colonies in the mid-1660s. These elites created races of savage Indians, subhuman Africans, and white men. The social inventions succeeded in uniting the white colonists, dispossessing and marginalizing native people, and permanently enslaving most African-descended people for generations, unquote. So the answer to your silly question, Senator, the book that's best to use if you want to talk to kids about race is the actual book about race that's grounded in historical fact. Because trust me, kids know that race is a thing. But feel free to sing the Jesus song to your kids at home.
Yeah, if you want to sing the Jesus song to your kid, please feel free to do it. But don't try to deny history. You know, the biggest problem is, I think, with those people that don't want to don't want history taught to them, is that they want to take it personally. Look, I don't know what my forefathers, whomever they are, and by the way, just about every black person in America is mixed with a whole lot of stuff, okay? Just as I am. So my forefathers are many, okay? But of course, for those presenting what they call presenting black, I don't know what those forefathers have all done. You don't personalize this stuff. What you do is you learn from what folks have done and you make sure not to repeat the mistakes of your forefathers. That's all one can do. You can't be blamed for what your forefathers have done, but it can be let known that a lot of the privilege you have, a lot of the assets you have was on the backs of others. You can learn that as a reality, and you can accept that as a reality.